Hi guys, and welcome to a repair from Tech Repair Base. My name's Mark, and today we're going to be repairing the charge port on the Samsung A51. So let's get stuck right in. Right, so this is the charge port that we're going to be replacing. It's a small board that sits at the bottom of the device, so it can easily be done. So we'll start with some heat. We'll be looking at around again between 250, about 250 Fahrenheit. I'll start with the eye plastic to go around. Just be careful of any ribbons internally on this. Again, we'll use a spudger as well. So we'll get stuck right in. I'll heat down the side. Again, I'm just constantly keeping an eye on the temperature. Don't want to overheat it, don't want to melt the back because they are plastic. They're not glass like the S models, so you don't overheat it. Just want it too hot to touch. Go in and make an incision under the plastic there. As you can see, I'm already in. The glue isn't as strong on these as it is on the S models as well, so you can get right down and in there. So we've already made an insertion. We're just going to be careful in here, and it looks like that it's not that strong, and without heat I'm already through, but there is a flex that runs up the back of the battery on these to connect the charge port, so again you do have to be careful, but as you can see there is some flexibility in that in the back because it is plastic. So I'm not even having to really use any heat. Once I'm in, this is how easy it is. Now for me, that's too easy. Sorry guys, the device has turned on, so I will need to just turn it off again. Well, there we go, that is the back off. Put that to one side. You're going to want to remove this glue that's pre-installed and put something that's a bit stronger in when we close it back up. But as you can see how easy that is just to remove the glue. It's way too weak for me. I mean, I know that IP rating isn't as high as the S models, and this being the A51 is quite a recent phone, but still, you'd expect something a bit stronger than that. A little bit of heat down one side and I'm in, and I'm done. Back's off. Okay, so now we're going to remove the screws. On the Samsungs, they're virtually all the same, so well, they are all the same size, so you don't have to worry about mirroring it. Like I've said in previous videos, I do mirror how they go in here. I will put it in a mat next to me. But on Samsungs, I don't tend to worry too much. These are all the same size. Something I nearly always forget, and that's the SIM tray. Make sure you take the SIM tray out when you start, especially before you move this bit. Tweezers in. go ahead and remove the SIM tray. So now what we want to do is literally, sorry, I missed a screw, is we're going to go and pop the frame off. So check that there's no more screws. Go ahead and just double check that. Yeah. So the mid frame, all you're going to do is pop in like that and unclip it. Now this is something you could do yourself. I'm not saying you should, but you could. Definitely a DIY repair. Unplug the battery first. Take off the main connector from the logic board. I'll put that there. But there you go, that is the board that is being removed. What's happened to this one is they used a cheap pound charger, and I don't know if you can see there, but it has melted inside here. So we're going to go ahead and remove this now. We'll remove the fingerprint sensor. These are built pretty much like the A70s, A50s, not much difference in these. Plastic spudger on the connectors. That's the LCD, and that is the sensor there. So all we should need to do now is get a flat screwdriver, and we should be able to pop this straight off. So there we go, that's removed already. Put that to one side, get the new one. Just go ahead and make sure that is in. It will clip down, as you've heard there. So I'll reconnect the LCD, the antenna as well. Just go ahead and reconnect that. Try not to get my head in here. So let me come around this way. This is a little bit fiddly, and because I'm not getting my head in, I'm not trying to get too close for the purpose of the video. There we go, we're in. Just check that this has gone back down here. Just press this back in. Make sure it's in situ. There we go. Reconnect the sensor there. Screw it back down. The main board connector is in. I'm just going to go and make sure that this is taking a charge and check what amperage it's taking. So I will connect it all. Just to make sure that's taking a charge, which it is. It's offering 1.8 amp. So all we want to do now is reconnect the back, and this, as you can see, just clips around. Guys, this is that easy. For someone like us that do this all day long, this is a straightforward and quick repair. The only time you've got here is when you glue the back on, is to allow the glue to set. Literally, that is it. So go ahead and get the screws back in. One thing I will say is make sure you remove all the glue. I'm going to put that in the wrong spot. Any old glue that's on here that Samsung put in manufacturing, remove it. Never reuse it. Never reuse the old glue. I don't care what you see in other videos. Personally, so there we go. That is in. But yes, as much of this as you can on the back glass or back plastic, even on these. As you can see, it's coming off way too easy. Don't like this. Never have, never will. I know they're the cheaper models, the cheaper range, but they're still a good range, and they deserve to have a bit more of a better adhesive than that. It's about as good as sellotape, sticky tape, or anything like that. Not good at all. Don't use a metal tool on this because you will scrape the paint off. But there we go, that is off. All I'm going to do now is a quick clean round with some isopropyl, just a bit of 99.9% alcohol. I'm just going to quickly go around. Because you will find that the dead skin off people's hands does get into the ridges here. But there we go, that is it, ready to go. So once you have this, all you're going to go ahead and do now is place some B7000 glue, thin bead around the outer edge. Just literally go around, be quite generous but not too thick, slightly in because you don't want too much spillage. It will not damage anything on your device. Go ahead and place the back on, and there you go. That is the Samsung A51 charge port repair. And all we're going to do now is a vacuum seal bag, place it inside, and we always use a hand pump. We've got the mechanical one, but we don't use it rarely. And then we're going to go and take the air out. There you are, that is the A51 charge port repair. All you're going to do now is leave this for about 8 to 12 hours. We'll come back to this in the morning. It's tea time at the moment. It's taken a charge, we know it is. All you need to do is leave it in here and come back to it, like I say, 8 to 12 hours later. Take it out, clean around the outside edge, and you're done. Okay guys, so we've left this now for 8 to 12 hours, well about 12 hours now. So just go ahead and remove it. I know I was initially just going to show it in its vacuum seal, but there you go. There is next to no glue needing removing and cleaning. We will go ahead and clean it, but we will just go ahead and plug it in to show that we have fixed this repair because it was melted. The charge port, the original charge port, so there you can see it is coming on and showing that it is charging. So we're quite happy that we've fixed this. We'll go ahead and charge it up, we'll test it, make sure all the functions work on the phone. And yeah, it is taking a charge. It's only taking a slow ampage at about 0.8, 0.9. So there we are. That is a charge port repair on the A51.